the next aspect is about the systemic barriers. Now, systemic barriers often hinder gender equality. These barriers are embedded within the policies, the frameworks, the systems that shape our everyday lives. Now, removing these barriers requires effort from all leaders at all levels. It is when the systemic barriers are addressed that the individual mindsets are positively introduced. So on that note, I once again request His Grace Most Reverend Peter Machado to describe specific institutional support measures that are available to advocate for gender equality.
Yeah, I'll start with the base level. What we call, first of all, our representative body starts with what's called the parish council,
Yes.
the parish pastoral council. So we have made it compulsory that at least 40% of the candidates have to be women. I would have been happy for 50 or even 60. To tell you honestly, most of our parish councils, most of our churches are active because of women.
Wow, that's a good comment coming from you.
And at the institutional level, we are also trying to make it best to known to the people that there are certain things for which there is no. For example, in any case, disrespect for women or perhaps even women cases or what we call the abuse cases, etc., we have said that absolutely no tolerance policy that we.
Fantastic.
We also in the diocese, we have formed a certain committee or perhaps to inquire about what's called not only the sexual harassment at certain places.
That's
the
beautiful.
CBCI has come out with a gender policy which is surely not, I don't say it's favoring because we don't favor women as such, but a natural justice that they should get. So these are perhaps the official or institutional matters that we have taken care of. There must be some more also. As things come, we said, we will surely take into consideration. And the Women's Commission points out to us, there are certain things, but the women have told us we don't take it for granted. We need a particular measure, particular move, particular policy, which I think is very good, and we are trying our best. I don't say we have succeeded fully.
But it's a journey. It's a journey, and you have the frameworks. You have a very systematic and a structured process. I think just like the corporate world, the communities are also now focusing on such kind of frameworks and supporting systems. Yeah.
Yes. And we, at every stage, we say that let us encourage our women. That is, if there is a chance of a man and woman doing it, give it to a woman. Let us be little more pro towards women so that they can get it. For example, the altar service. Even the boys at this small age, they fight among themselves. The girls are pushed aside. We said nothing doing. The girls will serve today. Or the girls will come to the altar today. They will do the readings. They will do the choir. And so we try to promote as much as possible.
Very consciously you make that choices. Yeah. So one thing that I liked is about the child safeguarding policies that are there in the community and in the church. I think that working parents need to be sensitized a lot. So Anup, you may agree with me on this, so that parents will be able to understand what are their rights and responsibilities, and also they know what are the rights of the children. So certain sensitization programs may need to be conducted in organizations as well.
So there are a lot of organizations who see this need and of course conduct sensitization program, create awareness amongst employees. And that works brilliantly. And as I told you, that intent has to be genuine and it has to flow from the leadership level.
Yes.
So, in agreement with you as far as sensitizing workshops and programs and more communication around this is concerned.
Okay, so we are having some very interesting and engaging conversations. So now let's go on to the corporate world and see the systemic barriers and what are the systemic actions that organizations are taking, Anup, to promote gender equality. What challenges do organizations face? Perhaps you can just caution us about those challenges and what steps should companies take to overcome those?
So I think the first part, of course, will stem from the policies. To revisit your policies whether they are relevant.
Correct.
If they're outdated, you need to kind of rework upon them and make sure. Having great policies is just not the first step. Of course, if that policies can be co-created by employees, that's the first step. And involve men and women to co-create policies around gender equality. Just
Well
not
said. I
happening.
really
Yeah.
liked all those points that you
Yes.
mentioned. Outdated policies need to be revamped, involve the employees, involve
Both
men and
genders,
women.
Yes, co-create.
Yes.
I'm just a little
Yeah.
curious, Anup. If there is a job that can be done both by a woman and a man,
Yes.
is there any wage disparity between, if the same person is doing the same work, would the men get a little more higher salary or women get a little lower salary?
There-
Is there?
Pay disparity exists, always.
Right.
It exists. I would say matured organizations realize the value of paying people and having no disparity,
No disparity.
but compensate on merit. But there are pay disparities, and that's one of the pain points. So, to your point, Your Grace, I think women definitely have the capability of picking up any role. And if I look at the manufacturing sector, there's a study revealing that women in the floor shop level are more disciplined,
Yeah.
more punctual, and the productivity is even more better. So just to give
Nice
you,
to hear that.
yes,
Yeah. They
I
have.
feel that's a source of inspiration to the generation because they're
That
seeing
counts.
of course, it's glory in sports. It's a new career path, and also to say that you're breaking all these glass ceilings now. Yes.
Yeah. I think the sports authorities, the government and the others are also focusing on reducing all those barriers, systemic level,
True.
to make this a possibility.
Yeah. If I may, one of the biggest barriers is, of course, our human mindset.
Yes.
In the Economic Times a few weeks ago, there was this article which spoke about a senior HR leader interviewing for a senior position of a multinational company. And this applicant on the other side who was being interviewed is a newly married lady. He actually asked her, would you get in the family way in the next 2-3 years? Can you assure us that you will not? Now, I would imagine such a question coming many years ago in this country, but
Yeah.
that also shows our mindset has
Yeah.
to evolve. Because if these kind of behaviors then translate down the organization,
The opportunities for women would
we are
not
already
be good.
not being fair at the hiring table.